Good afternoon. My name is Supreme Apostle Bob. I'm Supreme Apostle of the Supreme Lord Jesus Christ and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, standing in Salt Lake City, Utah, in U.S. I'm Supreme Apostle Bob. I'm Supreme Apostle of the Supreme Lord Jesus Christ. I'm working on the project. According to the project, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints how to be translated to heaven's glory and ascend into the highest heaven. So I actually am the most supreme of supreme Lord Jesus Christ, and most supreme creatures, most supreme Lord Jesus Christ on earth. Thereby, I feel that I can do so much better regarding the word of wisdom, regarding the law of class, and other rules the Supreme Lord Jesus Christ is giving us to know Him and to know the order of His household, to experience the perfect love of the translation of Supreme Lord Jesus Christ into the heaven's glory of the presence of His Father, Supreme Lord, and ascension to Him, to the presence of the Lord. I also think that I can do some better regarding the quality of the household of heaven. For instance, I just sometimes thought that there might be branch at the church meetings. It was sort of revealed to me at church meetings that there might be branch, the Slovak-speaking branch in United Kingdom, as this brokerage is from Covent Garden in Royal Capital of England, London. So representing this broadcast, I dedicate this as a testimony and a message to the Supreme Elohim, to Supreme Yahweh, and the most glorious disciples. And as we now have recently discovered in news that since last year we had a Slovak-speaking branch, that Slovak Citizen, Slovak National, and I could not get to leadership in the church except I was one director of the Sacrament in Britannia Ward. So I was helping the bishop to direct the sacrament, everything I was prepared, but then my private coordination. So I was the director in Hyper State, director of sacrament. That was quite glorious leadership, calling for a few minutes, maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe 20 minutes. That we had in Britannia Ward. I also was a Britannia Ward secretary to Osborne presidency, and I was a missionary. So I'm grateful for these callings. At the same time, I received certificate of service honor by President Manuel, my mission president of Hamburg, Frankfurt General Mission. I was also serving MTC president, so I believe at 34 years of age, if I'm not at this time in heaven, still here on earth, I still ought to receive some high calling. So I discovered that there is a branch. I served in 2002, 2003, so there's a source of branch somewhere in Sheffield. So I actually thought I get now golden mind, and I might travel to Sheffield and get myself the reality to stay there in Sheffield and to be a branch president there. So I might serve Supreme Lord Jesus Christ or Supreme Yahweh in some better situation. It might be helpful if members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints forward this video to those responsible for leadership in the church. I said, I'm already from any calling for a long time, and I would like to play calling. So I was home teaching for quite 2 or 3 years, and I received really quite too many dismissals from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Starting approximately 2009. So we're thinking, what can we do to keep this year in Hyper State dismissed Sheffield and open a branch. Now, in the branch, I realized that the first missionaries that arrived to Lancashire, the Sheffield is near Lancashire. It's next to Leeds, southern of Leeds, eastern from Manchester. And I realized that those first missionaries that arrived in 1837 that there was Africans. So Brigham Young came later, and those first missionaries of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints was Africans and was Indians and Chinese. So there was not even one English missionary. But those first Africans and first Indians and first Chinese, they came from United States of America. They were therefore United States of America priests. They could already have priests in that time. And they actually was representing Lord Jesus Christ and American president in Lancashire and was baptized in many English, Africans, and Chinese. So that's how it was not. So that's what I was not understanding why you, and this time all the ones Slovak speaking branch, and I thought there were some Hindus presiding. So just imagine that and Slovak Republic president will be Hindu and not a Slovak, because there are many Hindus in Slovak Republic today. So maybe it is possible, maybe not. So I was born 1979, and I was born as Slovak. And Slovak looking, but I might be now whiter. I ever wasn't much whiter. I was also much more beat. I didn't have any dismissal from church. I was actually still calling to serve mission. But I was born Ansa Yahweh, and also the parents, they was director of county offices in the Slovak Republic. So I think that I am much more suitable for the offer of branch president. Also, that's why. So if there was any reason why Slovaks were choosing a Hindu or the Gango president of Slovak speaking branch, so we don't know. But it is possible the president of first presidency may be also African. We have already American President Obama is African, representing Lord Jesus Christ and representing and all Americans as Africans. So maybe that also church will have presidents that is African. That's what maybe President Monson thought. I myself think that it would be nicer if in European Parliament and in the church that there will be European presidents, European looking, those small eyes, blue eyes, or green eyes, with such light eyes. And then there's also a place where Hindus can have it. India is really large, and Chinese also have place. So maybe the mix, maybe soon there will be China Europeans, and in Africa Europeans, and in Europe and America will be Africans. That may be possible. Or maybe there will be Indians with the glorious crown of eagle feathers. That's how President Monson was deciding where he's an inspired man, or he maybe doesn't have time for church anymore. Says his friends, his boss. So maybe that would be glorious if President Monson will repent and will rather let me know that I represent our Slovak speaking branch in England. And maybe that it can tell me nicer as to this mystery from the church or would prefer me by local the person in the high mistake that I to be excommunicated. I mean, I wish to be a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I wish to preside over general boards of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and to be pictured above general boards of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And it's not only because I'm looking like European, but because I love Supreme Lord Jesus Christ, and I feel that Supreme Lord Jesus Christ loves me, and I feel that I am Supreme Apostle of Supreme Lord Jesus Christ. Now, we have a musical in London, book of our musical, we are great to the President Monson's books, such as Sam, for European Americans that looks like Europeans, and also for Africans that there's quite lots of about how missionaries that are European looking and American citizens preaching also in Africa, and they're singing a lot. So we can't get to see. What would be maybe even more important than seeing is we have the potential is we have created an image of God and likeness, and we have the potential to ascend to heaven, to highest heaven. Would not be accurate to persuade President Monson that my religious talks and talks show like authorities some more upon the reality that Jesus Christ was transfigured and as infinite eternal Lord ascend to heaven, and that He really is offers to forgive us as infinite and eternal Lord. That it is only Him who can forgive us. And all those other doctrines about other things, maybe very briefly mention some secret meetings. I mean, this is really maybe most important. Jesus Christ was transfigured on the mountain, was showing us their glory to Peter, James, and John. He was conversing with two heavenly beings, that I believe the Supreme Elohim, Supreme Yahweh, some others building upon the reality of the meeting Jesus Christ and Apostle Jesus Christ, Sister Philippi, and Jesus asked them, what does people think, according to the Bible, according to the record of the gospel that they wrote, that who Jesus Christ is, and they thought that Jesus Christ is, the people think that Jesus Christ is a prophet like unto Moses or Elia, Supreme or Elia. There's written in the transcription that there was Moses and Elia there, Supreme or Elia. I believe there was Supreme Elohim and Supreme Yahweh. But if it was Supreme Moses and Supreme Elia instead of Supreme Elohim and Supreme Yahweh, and then on the voice of Supreme Elohim sounds instead of the image, I believe that that is not so. That Jesus Christ is of higher value than Joseph Smith. So if Joseph Smith sees Supreme Elohim and Supreme Yahweh, they are eternal in heaven and eternity, so they can show themselves in any time, to any place. So it is that Jesus Christ is seen Supreme Elohim and Supreme Yahweh. Maybe even before Supreme Lord Jesus Christ did foresee, if it is clearly written in the Gospels and Bible, or in the Book of Mormon, or in Doctrine and Covenants, or in Parallel Christ, or if it is not. So the reality of we will experience in the presence of Supreme Yahweh. And now, as we desire to be translated to ascend to heaven, approximately now, for all those who are 33 years of age, or more years of age, and we desire to ascend to highest heaven approximately now, we will like to ask the members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints help express the emotion from this war trip of the Anglo Wars, towards such a more peaceful and more supernal step that we might have some more ascensions in this time. So that I might not be recognized only as the angel, but really someone that overstepped the angels. Not only the person that says, don't hurt the earth, neither the sea, nor the air, or nor the tree, nor the air, nor the tree, but let us prepare 144,000 for translation to heaven, sorry, Ascension to heaven. The words of John the Revelator are very important, and I have some Anglican gifts of the Church of England, maybe English Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They're in America. I think there are lots to be done. For instance, the quality of the household of heaven as Jesus Christ the second time already among us. That may be that each member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to have set an existential minimum by the government, by the responsibility of the government of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, 700,000 per week. Existential minimum. Sounds that also 2 million per week to be existential minimum. That's also to be thought about. It will not be $2 million per week as existential minimum. Church, it is possible. We have churches in heaven. We don't need to build national budget on any products, like national products. We don't need to build national budget on what else can we? On some savings. Even that it's also important, but we rather build our national budget as a nation of Supreme Lord Jesus Christ and as an American nation and as the European citizen, European nation, both treasures of heaven. So we can have also quadrillions in the budget, per city, quadrillion of the budget per county, so that there might be really easiness and lightness for everyone that believes in Jesus Christ and for their neighbors to reach, by the wealth, anything they need. If it is education, if it is tax and offerings, savings, if it is food, dress, housing, furniture, refurbishment, anything that man needs, insurance, to have us to have easily. So that if I will become president from the Church of Jesus Christ, to be elected above the former first presidency, and the first time Mr. of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to create a Supreme Board that is different from the Mormonism, like to have general authority with the war wars. That is what we had experienced in Joseph Smith. There was always war around Joseph Smith, and then in town of Brigham Young there was the Indian Wars, the Wild West Wars. That's what you can now have a new differences from civil wars and from the First and Second World War towards such a celestial heavens on earth is in heaven and ascension to heaven. If we lower man, certain culture definitely not necessarily impossible. If we electing, if we dequantizing, if our presidents have sense to Jesus Christ, that is very easily possible. And we are from Apple Store, so we would like to express our gratitude also to all the management, leaders, owners, to the colleagues, and I also got to express my gratitude to the others that are supporting. So there was first the Supreme Saints, like in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Instead of Mormons, Seventh Generals, we have the Son of Generals, Supreme Board, instead of General Board, Supreme Board, and that heaven's peace, of conscious mind, and also the absence of the actual Mormon war. And we can maybe also change the subjects of general authorities to supreme authorities, that we might not have the beef and pork farms and chicken farms to eat chicken or fishes to buy, killed fishes or dead fishes, but then we might have rather vegan farming. As I said, the vegan farming is possible. I'm not saying that it is by commandment or by constraint, but it shall not be by commandment, by constraint. The members are commanding to flesh and blood of animals, and then to march into the war, as it was in town. Joseph Epstein and Habits of Ground, and the other wars in town, David McKay, Joseph Lewis, I'm sure that if they're killing animals and eating them, they are that cook maybe not as easy and as light, but if you take Jesus' yoke to turn vegans to partake of bread or something similar to bread that is vegan or vegetarian, I'm sure that they can also pork pie or beef pie or chicken pie or fish pie. But if there's such a bread as Jesus was proposing, such a vegan or vegetarian bread, with some grapes or juice with grape, or if they want water, let them have water. But if we abstain, it is as high council, as word of persuasion, so we may get delivered participatively to their level of temporal salvation as to support also doctrine covenants of Jesus Christ levels of section maybe 89 verse maybe 2 or verses maybe 1 through 2 through 4 and then 9 through 11 13 through 15 18 through 21. So we have also other doctrine covenants as section 84 verses 33 through 39. Jesus Christ will be given to us. All words supreme Lord is God, supreme Lord Jesus Christ is granting all words supreme Lord is God. So obtaining, receiving priesthood, that means obtaining Jesus Christ and receiving Jesus Christ. That means not to turn back to the poor, not to sack members from the church, not to attack them by securities, but really, some say certainly, I think that it's even more heavens-like, more celestial than earthly again. They need to be really excellent and celestial. Now, what shall such members do that it's found that there has been some sort of detained from the church, or detained from the leadership, detained? We need to have a complaint procedure that maybe doesn't name, this is not named complaint procedure, it may be named compliment procedure. They are complimenting the church, sending feedback, and there I wish Mary final the president, Mary final the presidential life, or presidential council, that ought to be obeyed. If anybody will participate in ask, and you shall see, you shall find, knock, and it shall be open to you. And the order of Jesus Christ will be much easier to be administered. So people want to love, so that's let us love. Let us have the order as ultimately. It's not written in the Holy Scriptures. You might not find in Scripture that at some time, in a fullness of time, as possible as a fullness, families inspires ceasing to mixture, as races sometimes mixture, but it was returning to the ancient places. So Europeans was maybe committed everywhere as they are so similar to Jesus, they are so shiny white. But the other families was placed, so they're approximately the Chinese, some are China, Southeast Asia, and the Hindus, some are in India, and Arabs, some are the Arabia, and so each race was placed into their place. The adaptation, the interpretation of the scripture might come to us, especially in the word of wisdom. So I'm sure if somebody eats some pork and recently lots of pork, as for instance with Thomas Vincent does, or lots of beef, that the wisdom might not be as strong on there, so that might happen there. Because most of the absolutely cancelled by Africans, and they will just reign there in America as Africans would like. So that's what we actually hope that here in Europe at least, as roughly as we can meet it, at least in Europe to have some more love. And so I was feeling about Slovaks there. Some people thought not in England to have Slovak speaking branch, but to move to Slovak Republic. But we are surrounded by this British American military. So there's in Germany, there's quite lots of rockets of British American military, and also in Italy, and also in Yugoslavia, in Greece, in Turkey. And then we have this post-Soviet Russia military pressure, especially now as there's civil war. Or maybe there's not too much, there's some sort of like light elections only. I might not make civil war on some like questions. Maybe there was some like questions. But I heard in news that there was such bloodshed that even the Russian military intervened into the Ukraine. And therefore, I thought it might have some more usefulness for this Anglican influence, because I'm sure there's still Russian influence, because Russians don't like the peace. So how can they have aesthetic peace and not intervene to Ukraine? If Ukraine would like to European Union and Church of Jesus Christ from this Mormon General Board in Utah does make in Ukraine this tension, this political issues between government and European Union proposers, or however it works there, because maybe Ukraine government also wants to Ukraine government to European Union. Yes, I would like to have really Russians and Ukrainians in European Union, or if they want to be separate, I would like to be good friends. I would like to be really the president in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that will really bless Russia with temples, also Belarus, also Russia, also Ukraine have one. Ukraine already has one since 2010. I would like there were many, all those who are Russian speaking or Ukrainian speaking or Belarusian speaking might have increase of unity, increase of the heaven's whiteness, increase of all those most glorious gifts of Supreme Elohim and Supreme Yahweh. So that's what I would like to have. Because I was born in Slovak Republic, it's only 100 kilometers from Ukraine, it was Soviet Union at the time. We had there exceedingly many Soviet armies and navies, but Navy was not interested by the army and maybe sometimes Air Force. So we had their really rich there greatly around, and that's what I would also like to have there. The symbol of Russian Christian might be somewhat more whiteness, more whiteness to heaven's whiteness to every Russian, that we might shine really, that we might have such a shining appearance as I believe in such a Slavian unity with Jesus Christ. And many said that it is not for Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, but it is Church of Jesus Christ is not Church of Joseph Smith, nor Church of Brigham Young, nor Church of John Taylor, nor Church of Englishmen, nor Church of American Englishmen, nor Church of African. It is really Church of Jesus Christ. So also Slovaks can have reached it all. We actually experienced that there were temples built in China, in Hong Kong, in Japan, maybe not in India, but in Korea there's one. Maybe not in Arabia nor in Israel, but maybe in Africa there are about 3 or 4, 5, with 3 on and 2 more already announced. And so on about not even one. So if you would like to help with that too, I'm pleased that you view the videos and that you put it in your notes for presidents of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to be some more friendly towards me, towards the example of Bachelor, and some more friendly also to all those that are living over there in Central and Eastern Europe. I love you, thank you, and also the hymn, I thought that we might choose the hymn that is beautiful, that is according to the scripture found in the Bible, in New Testament Gospel of St. John the Evangelist, chapter 13, verses 33 to 35. Brothers and sisters, when you superimposed the Pastor and superimposed the superimposed Jesus Christ, let us be someone more grateful to one another. Let us say thanks to God. Let us thank God. Thanks to the Lord and Super Yahweh for all those things we have. And to help one another into those most comfortable situations. From the 80s and from the agnosticism of President Thomas to also the Great Administration to some more celestial ascensions into heaven, but also Joseph Smith and William and John Taylor and those other presidents and late generations. There was victory on the chart of presidents of Catholicism and was reported dead and decomposed like if there was no ascension in their time. Let us have this time to translate the maybe by the word of wisdom, maybe somewhat by the qualitizing, eliminating those gaps in wealth and knowledge trees and spirit, comfort and spirit, and also wealth that maybe the lady, right, especially medical doctors know something about how much wealth is accumulated in Salt Lake City and in Utah, and how many bank accounts and how many possessions, how many these vacation houses and how many properties that the members of the Church of Jesus Christ as well as the insolently around are owning. So it might be some more equality, and then after all what we can do, grace of Supreme Lord Jesus Christ, the resources of the choices, the perfect choices of Supreme Lord Jesus Christ, the Supreme Lord Jesus Christ is perfect and infinite and eternal, and this might save us, forgive us, so let us forgive another. I also, by the authority of the Supreme Lord Jesus Christ and of Jesus Christ, am forgiving. Also the President Monzo, also those that are in those positions as elderly and also those middle-aged, those young and the children are forgiving, however, because children are of Jesus Christ the most. So I love you. Bye bye. God be with us till we meet again.